Hi, I'm here with Angel Rose.
And I'm here with Deanna James.
And we're going to talk about tattoos from Inkmaster.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. This was my introduction to this person. Do you know who it is?
Yeah, that's Matt Buck.
Yeah. He is oh my God. Looking at him just like chilling on the couch or whatever, like his sketchbook is full of just drawings off the top of his head. I don't know anyone else who could draw figures and faces and all that shit without any references. It's fucking crazy.
Listen, I'll tell you what. The fact that this guy did a like bearded woman in the first round of Inkmaster is the sickest shit ever. It's like got that cool carny vibe, but it's also just like gender ambiguous and like it was just cool. It's one of those things that like you look at and you're gonna be like, that's cool.
Oh yeah, and nobody else would have done anything close to that.
No. I think Matt Buck put everyone in their place when it comes to illustration in one shot. He was like,
God, yeah.
I can do this, can you?
And immediately I was like, fuck.
Look at the collarbone. It's like so defined and
Dude,
cool looking. I don't know, it's weird.
Anatomy, man.
And it's like somehow a mermaid, I think?
Merman.
Oh my God, and like her eyes are kind of like beautiful in like a Renaissance-y way.
Yeah, he draws like a master.
Well, yeah.
Like an old master.
Definitely, like one of the old masters. I for what it's worth, everyone out there, I would love to do a bearded lady at some point. So if you want one, let me know.
I'm gonna put a beard on the next lady.
Do it.
Sorry for my next leg panel client.
You're like, so I'm thinking. Beard. All right, let's see. What is this? Who did this one?
Is this a finale piece?
It has to be. It's a back piece.
Holy shit. I have so much respect for people who do solid fucking traditional work, because I could never.
Yeah, like it's normally
You could.
You could. Oh, you mean like solid, like with like bold lines?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the technique is like anything else we do, right? It's like, I know black and gray, you know your style, they know this style. What's impressive to me is that generally traditional tattoos are like, you know, a piece here, a piece here.
Yeah.
Even if we look at like even Jimmy Snazz's master canvas, he still had little pieces. This thing's like a whole picture, you know?
This is a story like you like talking about.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, this isn't friend master.
Yeah. This isn't
things.
friend master. Yeah.
There's nothing to talk shit about.
I think the only thing is like I don't know, is this a spider web? Oh, those are seahorses. Oh, okay, it is a little bit hard to read. I didn't see the seahorses at first. Did you see them?
Where?
Oh, exactly.
Got it.
It's still cool though.
Got
It's
it.
just like those are cool seahorses. I wish I could see them better. You know?
Yeah. Insane.
Okay.
All of these are amazing.
No, there's bad ones.
Okay, all right. Listen, guys. There's not a single person to have ever graced Inkmaster that can hold a candle to Kelly Doty, and that I'm dying on this hill. Like, this is the hill I die on. Yes, thank you. We're here on the hill, and we're gonna die here. Yeah. Oh man, it's the saturation of her opaques that really gets me, and the way she blends into skin. And this is like, she's gotten even better since then.
Yeah.
But that is just, like, name a person who can saturate that smooth. Look at the bandana.
Oh yeah, and talk about having a character. You know exactly, even if it didn't have the most solid shading, it was just a drawing, you would be like, that's a Kelly Doty drawing.
And then on top of that, it is solid. So, like, we can't win. They're not winning this.
I quit.
Yeah.
I think
that was the one she took, that was the one where she was against Nikki, right? And it was, like, heartbreaking because they were both really good.
They're both so
good.
This is unique. This is a unique tattoo.
You know, it's
I will say the things I do love. I love the color reflection going on from the leaf onto the face.
Yeah,
that's so cool. Something I do teach in my seminars about skin tones is that we need to stay away from the purpley skin tones. You need to make sure you have your yellows, blues, and reds in there, which there aren't any. So I would that's something I would do different.
I don't even know what she's talking about. I have no idea. Yellow, blues, and reds in a face? Oh, I need to take your seminar.
I'm excited
I don't know what she's talking about.
But it's a really fucking cool concept, you know?
I like the green in the upper part of the face. That's my favorite part. that like kind of green shadow going around the upper left side of the face.
Yeah.
I like that. It would be cool if they brought more of those orange leaves, like maybe they were bigger and the green and the orange could be together.
Yes, absolutely. And that's that. I have that thing with tattoos when they have like a bunch of really small things in it. I'm like, simplify and make it bigger.
Yeah. This whole thing. You think
Wow. You know, and the thing too is that I've seen also on your chest, Ryan's tattoos healed. They look a little dark, fresh, and then they heal perfect and milky and soft.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that's how this tattoo healed.
Yeah, well, Ryan has a like a very saturated black and gray style. That's why it looks really, really smooth when it heals. It's just sometimes can get irritated in the process, and I've been there. And like, give this another like maybe hour or two, it'll get even less red and like start to come out more.
Yeah.
But it's like incredibly impressive that like to think she did this in 6 hours at this size with that face.
With all that detail.
And
is insane.
let me tell you, I have a lot of feelings about pinup day.
What are your feelings?
My feelings are that nobody knows what boobs look like. And it comes out in pinup day every time. There is this, there is this point where like I did my pinup day, whatever, I did a pinup, and Dave Navarro was just geeking because she's like hot, you know, and it's Dave. he's like, oh, you even like paid attention to the pressure of her like garter strap and whatever, and I go, yeah, I've seen it a few times. And I think that's all I need to say.
Yeah. So are you saying some people probably haven't seen boobs in real life?
No, I think that they haven't appreciated it enough, you know? I think that they've looked upon a boob, but have you really tried to capture the essence yet? And therein lies the issue with pinup day.
And just really grasp the beauty of boobs next time you see them.
Can we like cut to a bunch of like botched boobs after this? Oh, another pinup. Okay. Oh my God.
Is this someone we know?
I don't care. Who the fuck? This hair.
They have to know.
And the
right?
longer, it's like the longer you look, it's like when you're looking at AI and you start to find like 6 fingers and then like this thing looks weird. Like the longer you look at it, you find more.
My hair looked like when I was a scene kid.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
It
good.
was like party up front and then more business down below.
I like the piece of hair that's going the opposite way.
Oh yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, like it's the rooster tail for me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I see. Okay, her skirt is coming off. I thought that was just really long pubic hair.
So my problem is like at a glance, like looking down on the phone, the shadow under her nose looks so much like a mustache. Like it's unfortunate. I you know what? Maybe that's all gray wash and it'll mellow out. But I'm just gonna.
Those are rock solid.
I'm just gonna. What?
They're rock solid.
The one on the right is doing her own thing.
You know, and some boobs are sisters, not twins, and that's totally fine.
These boobs are like cousins. Okay, Deanna, what do you think? This is color realism. This is your specialty.
Okay, so I love what Inkmaster has done. There's so many things I love about Inkmaster. The one thing that sucks though is that someone will look at this and be like, "Oh, this is a bad tattoo because there's no black outline." There is so much wrong with this tattoo that has nothing to do whether or not a black outline is there.
Well, I think it's time to really talk about why contrast and value is important.
You don't need a black outline, but you need black sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time.
Do you ever think that maybe it's easier for them to like make it about the outline than to be like, this looks fucking bad? You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's they're like softening the blow. They're like, okay, but generally color realism, hard to pull off. Maybe don't try it.
But you know, somebody looked in this and they're like, fuck yeah, that detail in the iris.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Killer.
Well, the thing is like you can look at a lot of tattoos and somebody's gonna be like, "That's sick," you know.
And this is why detail is not the most important thing.
So here's actually my biggest beef with this is that this has created a really ugly silhouette on this person's body. I don't know what the body part is, but I am so tired of looking at tattoos that are just like just stuck on, and then it just makes this weird oval shape on their body that doesn't complement anything around it. And it could be the best Steve Butcher realism eye, and I would still feel that way. You know, I would still be like, yeah, but give them a pleasing silhouette. I'm literally looking at one of Deanna's tattoos in which she did that in this moment. And where you made like an interesting shape, you know, and it flows and it's beautiful, and like we're just missing that here.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't scream Steve Butcher, but more like Steve botched it.
We are back on Inkmaster. The people who get tattooed on Inkmaster are crazy. They are. They are. I would look you in your face and tell you, it'll be like, do you want to get tattooed for free? And they're like, yeah, okay, it's got to be in your armpit. And they're like, sure. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot.
I'm glad you took over because I literally don't know where to start. I'm speechless. I'm trying to.
There's a lot. Okay.
What was everybody feeling and thinking during this moment?
What emotion does this tattoo evoke?
Dude, that is one bushy looking pit when they probably just like.
Oh, 100%.
Lower their arm, like full on.
That's the risk you take when
like
you
so
get
you
a wolf
squished
in
a
your
hamster
armpit.
under there probably.
That's a good point.
Looked like a dead guinea pig just like popping out.
So for what it's worth, the like angle of that mouth is really good, but I think they didn't have reference for like everything else. Sexy.
Figures are so hard. I would really suggest you learn how to draw them before you tattoo them. I think that's with any tattoo you do. Know how to draw what you are tattooing.
I think people's like knowledge of anatomy really comes out with pinups in a way that's kind of nuts.
And talking about boobies again.
Those boobies are acceptable. I think we lose it a little bit in the face, but
She's
those are good legs.
strong,
Those are good
though.
legs.
I like
those.
those.
Are sexy legs.
Those are good thighs.
It's hard to make a pinup fit on a body too. Pretty like it's a big tattoo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like there's so much empty space around it because it has to be her head to toe.
Yeah.
So.
And doing a tiny face is really hard. And I will talk about it in my seminar. When you have to do a tiny face, there's a way to do it with just a block and shadow of eye sockets under the nose, top of the lip, and underneath the chin. And that'll make a good face.
I will say too, if you're ever like faced with doing a pinup, don't make her standing. Make her jumping or flowing or laying or something, you know what I mean? Like so that you can make interesting shapes with the body.
That's a good idea.
Imagine like Vogue photography and like all of the poses that they're able to get. Pick something that flows.
That's good advice.
Like that,
Yeah, that's very good advice.
Sick.
So they're not just stagnant. Ooh.
Okay, this is another one of those things that needs black.
Come to a Trilogy Tattoo Conference and learn about skin tones.
What color do you think they used on this skin tone? Like, what do you think that is?
They just went to some random set and just picked out a thing that said flesh and tattooed it.
It doesn't,
And I
but it
think
almost
that's the
looks like,
problem.
it almost looks gray.
It does look, and that's the problem. A lot of flesh inks are like purpley and gray.
What is happening over there?
I don't know. I forgot that there was a whole
Oh, I
other
thought there
side
was
of
like
the tattoo.
spiders crawling on it or something. Okay, it's also like so rude that they asked them to do like 2 full body figures with clothes and drapery and a fucking clamshell.
Yeah.
Why is there half a clamshell? Hey! Okay, I won't comment on this one.
This is one of my favorite tattoos. I think that exists, period.
Wow. I think you said that to me while I was tattooing it, and I was like, I can't believe you just said that.
It's true, and I said it to you during the podcast too, because it's fucking true. Who else would do something this sick with this subject matter? I'm sorry, but how fucking cute is a cheese? I want him. I want him as a stuffed animal. I want him as a tattoo. I want him in real life.
I can make him as a stuffed animal. I'm gonna make the caterpillar as a stuffed animal.
He's just
With his little
he's
wooden
so
sword.
fucking cute.
You know what's funny too?
So
It's like
solid.
there's almost not a single tattoo I did on season 14 that was actually finished the way I wanted it to be. There was supposed to be like you can see my skin breaks. There's supposed to be like a whole outline and.
Dude, you killed it. You absolutely killed it. And as a black and gray artist, you did this.
So here's the thing: is like when you get to Inkmaster, you have to like. When they try to get you, you gotta crush it. So I know they can't fuck with you and they leave you alone because they're like, that's too hard. I can't get her, you know? Oh, Deanna, how do you feel about it?
I felt like it's what I could do in an hour.
I couldn't do that in an hour. For what it's worth.
I had an hour to do this tattoo.
The audacity
And
of
color
them,
realism.
The audacity of them to look at us and be like, let's do color realism in 1 hour.
Yeah.
I really like this a lot. I appreciate, Deanna, that you approached it with this like deep skin tone. It's just gorgeous.
Thank you. Contrast. Values. You know, may not need a solid black outline, but it needs some black and it needs
I
contrast.
think this is like a good example of you being just like kind of quietly brilliant. You're just like, yeah, I did that. And we're all like, okay, that was impossible, but good job. Like, you know.
Thanks. So normally when you see Inkmaster tattoos, there's a lot of room you feel like you can critique on. But when you're actually there, it's so much harder than you realize. You don't know the stuff that went on behind the scenes, if electricity went out, or if the client wasn't sitting well at all. It's tough.
Yeah, and a lot of these too, people don't have as much time as they're used to draw, which is a huge component to why things sometimes come out looking weird. And they're like, why didn't they just do blank? It's like, well, maybe they didn't have time. And Inkmaster is, I think, the craziest pressure cooker you can put yourself in as a tattoo artist. In my opinion, it is the most difficult tattoo competition you could do.
Absolutely.
So whatever happens in these tattoos, you guys know, give you kudos regardless. So
much. It's so hard. Again, I'm Deanna James.
I'm Angel Rose.
And we just talked about Inkmaster tattoos.